Welcome back. When we search YouTube, we usually search for knowledge. We wish to better ourselves. But then comes the question, what does it mean to better yourself, and what is knowledge anyway? Today's topic is philosophy. So let's not waste time and let's start with the three axioms all philosophers agree upon. The first axiom is, we perceive the world through our senses. We have identified five senses. We can hear, we can smell, we can see, we can touch, and we can taste. So far, so good. The second axiom is that our senses are extremely limited. If you use a dog whistle, you will hear nothing. The dog must certainly hear something. Humans have a range of between 20 to 20,000 kilohertz. Anything above that or below that simply is not recorded within our senses. The same is true for visual. Anything which is above ultraviolet or below infrared, we simply cannot see. However, X-ray most certainly exists. So that's the second axiom. And the third is, things that we do not sense most certainly affect us. So even if we do not sense radioactivity, it most certainly affects us. Now let's take these three axioms together. The first, we perceive the world through our senses. The second is, our senses are extremely limited. And the third is, things that we do not sense influence us. Immediately, it should be very obvious that free will is out the window. If things that we cannot sense influence us, influence our decision making, then what does it mean about our decision making? Simple as that. If you accept this, well, you can take it in many ways. Few philosophers have simply said that life has no meaning. It is simply beyond our understanding. Reality is forever disguised. And the best anecdote I've heard of is, if you look at a computer screen, it doesn't matter the resolution. It simply will tell you nothing about how computer works, computer chips, or electricity. In the same way, reality will always elude us. As simple as that. Other philosophers have taken this to mean that we give meaning to everything. The simple truth is, if you know half the truth, you know nothing. What does it mean if you know half of something and you don't know the other half? It means you really know nothing. You have nothing to say about that. Let's take an example I heard by Ben Sanders about two salespeople who were sent to Africa 100 years ago by the company. A week later, one of the salespersons telegraphs the company and says, horrible news, no one wears shoes in Africa. It's hopeless. And a day later, they received a telegraph from the other salesperson say, this is an incredible opportunity. No one is wearing shoes in Africa. Now, my question is, which is reality? Now, the way we are taught is that there is a world out there and we have different perspective about the world. So you are what you think can also imply that there is a world out there in which you have an opinion upon. However, I would make the claim that it is a different world. Simply put, we human beings are reality projecting machines. The world out there is really perceived by our own very limited minds, and it is us who construct the world. So let me give another example. Let's say you hold a baby which is crying. So you get upset. The way we are taught is that you are upset because of the baby, such that we have causality. The baby is crying and therefore I'm upset. Now, if you take this situation with respect to the three axioms, you should accept that when a baby cries, it does not mean that you are or you must be upset. It is simply your introduction. In other words, what is that baby you hold? Is it the thing that is going to make your dreams come true? Is it going to be something that is going to make you happy? Or whether you're raising Oedipus, the person who's going to kill you? Now, all this is the way you see that baby. A baby crying could be regarded as something healthy, natural, or something to be annoyed about. But it is you who wish to go to smoke a cigarette or have places to go that find the baby in that current moment upsetting. In other words, in many respects, the baby doesn't exist. You create the baby. If you can decide what it is that you're holding, what it is that is crying, and what it means, it really means that you determine your reality. The truth of the matter is, everything starts and ends in our minds. We have full responsibility on what we refer to as the outside world. Philosophy, the love of wisdom, allows us to understand that the world outside of us is not outside of us, it is truly our creation. It's a different topic, but we use language in order to create our reality. The only thing that we should care about is the way we are, our way of being. How the world occurs to us is completely our creation. Knowing this, the idea that someone can upset you or hurt you is ridiculous. It is your mind, your way of thinking, your perspective that makes the world. It is not an opinion which is outside of the world that already exists, independent of you. The world is you. You are the world. You are truly a creator. You create the reality that you live in. There is no outside world which is independent of you. That's what I have for you today. Till next time.